Our team constantly strengthens the Verizon Wireless network, monitoring network usage,
connection quality,
network reliability.
You want to know why Verizon Wireless is such an advanced network?
You're looking at it.
Well, welcome to Tech 101. I'm Eric Hesseldahl, Senior Technology Writer here at Business Week, and we're down in Lower Manhattan today at the corner of Gansevoort, Greenwich Street, and we're going to talk a little bit about navigation. Our question this week comes from Ed in Phoenix, and he wants to take a road trip with his wife. Here's his question. In a few months, my wife and I are planning a road trip through the southern states and ending in Florida. Since we'll be driving all the way, I've wondered if it would be worth the trouble to get a navigation system for the car. Are they worth the money? Well, Ed, I certainly think so, and I'm going to demonstrate to you why. That's why I've rented this car here, and we're going to drive around Manhattan a little bit, pick a couple of destinations, and show you how they work. So why don't you come with us? We're going to get in the car and go for a drive. So what we're doing right now is I've programmed in an intersection. I'm going to have it take us from our intersection here at Gansevoort and Greenwich to 14th Street and 5th Avenue, which isn't really all that far away. But that's driving in Manhattan for you. So we'll just pretend, for the sake of argument, that we're navigating to an address that's far away. Now, one thing to do ahead of time, it's helpful if you have an address where you want to go. So it's helpful if you're going to be taking a road trip and you have multiple stops along the way, different addresses. Get the street addresses along the way. You'll find, generally speaking, that the results for planning your navigation will go a little bit smoothly because you can program in direct street addresses right into the device on the touchscreen. So I'm going to go ahead and press the go button right now.
Please drive to highlighted route. Drive 0.1 miles, then turn right on 14th Street.
Now what I'm using here is the Garmin Nuvi 680. Now its list price is a little more than $900, but that's just a manufacturer's suggested retail price. I found it on Amazon for a little more than $600. So one of the things you need to do when you're shopping for these is really do that. Shop around. You will find the prices are very flexible when you start shopping, especially online. Lately, I've noticed that some of the prices are coming down. Additionally, if that price is that price range is a little too high for you, there are lots and lots of these navigation systems from Garmin and from TomTom that will come in at various price ranges. They'll have some features, and sometimes if you go down the price a little bit, you'll get all the core features that you want. Voice navigation, for instance, the voice prompts like you just heard, and so on, that will make all the difference without some of the fancier features that you may not necessarily need. The point of view on the screen looks a little bit like if you were following yourself in a helicopter from slightly up above and behind. And you can also change your viewpoint, pull back a little bit if that's helpful when you're out on the freeway. It's not really helpful when we're in Manhattan. Or you can zoom in and make sure you see every last little street. Now, the basic way these things work is with satellites. A number of years ago, the government started putting up satellites that are way up in orbit, about 20,000 miles, and there's a whole bunch of them that surround the entire Earth. And what they do is they sit there and they ping every inch of the Earth with a very weak satellite signal that really doesn't contain anything more complicated than the time of day. Now, it's an extremely accurate time of day measurement. All those satellites have a couple of atomic clocks aboard them. So one of the interesting things about these GPS systems is that they've got very, very accurate clocks. You could set your watch by them. And once one of these systems can see 4 or more satellites, it can figure out exactly where it is, latitude and longitude. Once it knows its latitude and longitude, it can draw a nice little map for you. So let's look at the map. This is the TomTom Go 720. You can see kind of a fast